Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to the video update my 1000 day challenge. So you can see there was actually quite a distinct drop yesterday, and that's actually based on the experimental trade setup. So I did a lot of bad move yesterday itself. It was really much about trying to catch the new big wave itself. But looking overall, when I did my daily end on the review itself, I realized I was entering trade unnecessarily, which means to say that I was actually forcing trade unnecessary, and that leads to an unexpected loss of almost 130 to almost 140-ish, as you can see over here. Definitely not a good day yesterday for experimental trade setup. A lot of mistakes were made, and I still, psychologically speaking, it was really bad because I still entered the second round of the trade, which was definitely not to be considered, seeing that the first round of trade was already not ideal or considered bad trades itself. So I was actually doubling down on even worse trade in that particular perspective. So that's always something to bear in mind when you're doing an experimental trade setup, whereby things are a little bit more towards the subjective side, and I'm still trying to structure a more clear trading plan in this particular perspective itself. All right, otherwise, as today is a Sunday, I'm just going to do a quick run through for crypto market itself. So on Bitcoin itself, on the potential weekly closing tomorrow, we do form a potential very nice bullish green candlestick itself, but not very strong volume. And we do have a key resistance over here at the 43K region itself. Over here, you can see we spike down. And then over here, we also have 43K region, 43K itself. So that's definitely a key point of resistance to be looked into. As of right now, from here to here, as long as we can manage to stay above 40.7K region itself, I do lean towards short-term or bullish momentum towards the upside a little bit, at least to test the 43K mark, in which case we could see further retracement and pullback. And of course, not to say that we cannot face any rejection right now, because if you look in terms of daily chart, we also have the daily key resistance region itself. And to me, a retracement and pullback to retest this 20 exponential moving average on the daily chart could definitely be a good sign. And if support is being found there, then I'll be considering entering a long setup on the shorter time frame itself. However, if we were to just go straight all the way through, then I'll wait for further pullbacks before entering a long setup. Because right now, I don't see it as a very good risk to reward setup, because if you were to enter right now, your stop loss will have to be very low. Even if you were to look in terms of 4-hour perspective, I will still have to look somewhere along here, or even somewhere along here itself, because the previous resistance could potentially turn into support. So we could actually come over here, retest and stuff like that. But until that has taken place, I'll lean towards the neutral to bullish momentum itself. We definitely could go all the way up, but I don't see a good risk to real unless you put a very risky stop loss over here itself. So maybe on the shorter time frame itself, I could consider it, especially if we're retesting is finding support over here. So on the shorter time frame, I could potentially enter a long, but on a 4-hour and major time frame itself, I will still not consider entering a long setup just yet. Otherwise, that's more or less about it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop by your comments below. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.